Hi everybody, we're here with my dad. We're gonna look at the drawings together and take it from there. So we're looking at the drawings from time one, which is my dad's administration.
Okay, here we see a house, a simple house, without a roof line.
Right.
It is devoid of a roof line, and that begins to tell me that there's a deficit in the way that she processes thoughts and ideas. That they either intrude or become explicated without much editorial room for making it more palatable. She has no driveway leading up to the house. This implies that she is reserved and is not too interested in having people look inside. We see the counterpart of that in item number 1 of the Rorschach, where she gives the response of a mask with holes and eyes. That means that there's that perceptual perceptual processes are tainted and viewed as she deems that they're to be seen. There's also the element of hiding and
Right.
the paranoid process, and the mask as a defense. And then, as we move along the administration, we see evidence of dysfunction in the patient's affective dimension.
We're gonna take a look at the drawing of the tree in pencil.
The achromatic tree is a tree that has what Dr. Hammer refers to as pointed or sharp points for the leaf system. Her capacity for bridging the distance between herself and others, becoming more involved in affective and in succulence, seeking of succulence, emotional nurturance, becomes incapacitated, becomes
Right.
checked by the poor reception, the hell pointed and sharp reception that she provides people. She's not too embraceable.
Right.
Hold me embraceable you. That's a song. She's not gonna be too successful in singing. Hold me embraceable you. And then we see.
Want to look at the person?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
the person, pales in comparison, but to the revealing, the revelations. It is as good. It's worse than I thought.
It's worse than you thought?
Yeah, but because of the nature. Where's the tree?
Here's the tree in pencil, and then here's the tree in color.
Where's the tree that was cut? It was dead.
That's in my administration.
Oh.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I like to go to that one because here it is much more definitive. It is much more descriptive than in mine.
So we're going now to the drawings with me, time 2. And so
Okay.
here's in pencil the tree.
Pencil, the tree in the pencil. The pencil is a magnificent example of blighted tree that has been hit by a by a by a by a fungal infection, or has been hit by a lightning bolt.
Right.
But
That's
it
how she
is-
described it.
It is destroyed. It is damaged, and if you want to see if it coincides with the presence of a specific event that was that triggered
Mm.
then you can more or less get an approximate of when it took place by looking at the position and the place on the trunk that the damage is exemplified. This one it looks like it's in about the halfway mark.
Uh-huh.
So she's how old?
15.
She's 15. So by the 7th year of her life, something occurred. Something took place that was manifest, overwhelming.
Yeah.
We need to go back to the history and resurrect that because that tells you that and this has implications for psychodynamic psychotherapy, because you then know the nature of the event and the coping capacity, and she has coped by becoming although she's high energy. She doesn't. She's not inviting. She's as inviting as that tree.
Right.
That tree that has the fronds
Right.
with the piercing limbs.
Right.
Okay.
And then here's the tree in color.
Oh.
Time 2.
Oh. Look at the it looks like a bear with claws has come and scratched the she's damaging the tree even further. There's a very nice, very interesting pendant or something here, and it is in red. It personifies an injury, blood.
Right.
I wonder what that has to do with in determining the nature of the attacking
Uh-huh.
agent.
Mm.
Look at the scarring, the tearing, and then she has the tree standing up on talon roots.
Right.
They're draping the soil. They're trying to.
Down here.
Yeah. Anything we have?
Yeah, I wanted your opinion on that.
Oh, that's in the midst of a destruction.
Right.
In the midst of everything being
Right.
geared towards destruction, there's the element of hope, a ray of light that ricochets on the root system, and lo and behold, there's the presence of a
Like a seedling.
seedling, yes, seedling that's making an effort at bringing hope and a blossom of health and
Like almost like a not a rebirth as much as just cycle of life, like a new
yeah,
like
resurrection.
a resurrection. Students were curious when I don't know if you remember when you evaluated her, but they were curious if you remember her expressing any kind of emotions at the inquiry when she was explaining her drawings to you. As well as like your observations of her during the administration, and her general disposition when like talking to you about her drawings.
She was And this is present in the scoring of the Rorschach.
Okay.
She has taken a step down in terms of the complexity of her answers, her percepts. They have been trimmed down. They have been reduced in complexity. They're more pedestrian. Therefore, they're easier for her to manage.
To make sense of?
That has implications for the complexity of the choices that she makes in life. She's more concrete. For instance, now, if she were interested in politics, and then we would ask her how, what are the potential outcomes of the president's contamination with the virus. She would say, well, he could die, he could be hospitalized at Walter Reed, and then he would be sick. She would fail to address the dangers and the potential for the semi-destruction in terms of national security, the impression that the world leaders will have about the United States without the president available to make decisions.
Right.
More abstract, more more complex.
Students noticed in her drawing of the person, both achromatic about the both the simplicity and the robotic nature of it.
Yeah, this is an automaton.
Yeah, and
There's a touch of femininity. There's a touch of femininity about the drawing in the presence of the hand, the gesture that the hand makes, and in the position of the foot. This doesn't look like she has some 6-inch heels. The way they're stilted, and there's a circle around the
waistline.
around the crotch.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. It just calls out to my attention. And then there's a re-sketching, redrawing. And notice that there's a redrawing, and that's an effort at keeping it together, keeping it glued.
Which we see that in the drawing of the house as well.
Yeah.
Students were curious when you see whether it's missing facial features or even missing body parts in a drawing, like what the implications of that are.
It could go both ways, or either way. She could be nullifying her idiosyncratic traits. She could be erasing, removing, hiding, concealing elements of her identity.
Could that be connected to the response of a mask on your administration?
Yeah. Item number one, the mask. And look at the administration of the Rorschach. The first response, the mask with the holes in the eyes. It's a complete response. It's a good response, and but it's accompanied by a space, use of space, and that implies that there's a resentment, that there's anger, there's hostility.
Right.
And space responses are usually a forebearers of hostility.
Yeah. Here's on her color drawing of the person. The students as well as I were curious about the implications of the missing feet and that the legs overlap with the.
This is called the bottom. It becomes the ground line becomes the
right.
the place where she stands.
Uh-huh.
In this case, there's no space available for the feet.
Right.
The feet become the agents of ambulate to ambulate the items that make it possible for the person to ambulate and then to go from place to place and to ascend in their progress and in their mastery of life. This person is not going to get too far. And look at the hands. The hands are they have been denied presence. She also has problems manipulating her challenges in life.
Very good. Thank you, Dad.
But the item that subsumes all others is the tree.
Yeah.
Everything else that comes after that.
Yeah.
It's the most serious. It's one of the most pathological trees that I've ever seen, and I've seen a number of them. And look at the tree. Look at the root. It isn't only a flesh surface injury. It is something that has reached contamination, and it has destroyed the root.
Uh-huh.
It is infected. It's contaminated.
It's systemic.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And maybe it happened after the tree was perforation was made, then invading bacteria got in, and it implies the death of her identity.
Yeah.
I had the honor of training with Dr. Hammer, and he says the following. He says, these trees are severely mutilated, they're ravaged, they're scarred, or they have broken off limbs, in which the patient has labeled by writing into the phrase sometimes dead limbs, or they will write the phrase dead tree beside the drawing. And anyway, he ascribes a lot of importance, a lot of significance to the description, the child's description and notation that it's a dead tree.
Right. Which is akin to what she's describing this tree. Let me see if I can show you all this. This drawing of a dead tree in this textbook. Which is akin to how she's describing her drawing.
All right, so then as we move ahead, we see the presence of
We'll keep on talking shop, and if something pops up, I'll continue to record. But thank you for being with us, and thank you for sharing with the students. Much appreciated.